So today I'm going to be showing you how to apply foils. The kind that I have is just one big long strip. Yeah. And you can buy them. I've only ever seen them online. I'll put a link in the underbar for where I get mine. But yeah, I'm just going to be showing you with the teal today. And usually the foils will come with the glue or you have to buy one separately. So you need both of these things, obviously. I also like to use a Q-tip for applying it. I don't know, I just prefer it. You can just use your finger if you like, but I prefer to use a Q-tip. And so for the foils, you want to just cut them out to little pieces that will like cover your nail. So I think that's pretty much it. There's lots of little tips that I'll probably just mention along the way, but this is just a really basic tutorial on how to apply foils, so let's just get started. So I already have actually just a base coat on my nail. I'm just using Wet n Wild's matte base coat just because I feel like it. If you use something super shiny and glossy, the glue might have problems sticking to it, so I do recommend using something a little more matte or at least not shiny. Okay, so you're going to apply the glue just like you would a regular nail varnish. You want to apply a relatively thin layer. It doesn't have to be super thin, but you don't want to make it too thick. And I don't know if you can see, but it does go on a little cloudy. And you do want to wait for this to dry. When it dries, it will get clear. And I usually end up waiting about more than 30 seconds. I'd say maybe around a minute or so. I find that it's safer to be on the slightly drier side than the tacky side because then it just tends to pull and the foil doesn't stick as well. So I'm just going to wait for that to dry and then I'll be right back. So it is time for you to apply the foil. So what you can do is just set it on your nail very gently. Once it kind of touches your nail, it'll just kind of grab on. And I like to move the Q-tip in a vertical direction so it doesn't kind of curl too much, because you want to avoid as many crinkles as possible on the surface of your nail. And you don't have to press hard. I don't know if you guys can see already, it's already kind of peeling itself off because the foil is adhering to my nail, and then the rest of the plastic sheet just kind of peels off on its own. Okay, and once you're done, just peel it off gently. And that's it. If you have a couple of little spots that you've missed, you can just put the foil on top of it again and try and get on those edges that you missed, or those little spots. If you can't get them, it's probably because the glue has dried and you'll have to reapply the glue. But this is one really easy way of foiling your nails. And foiling is really great because it's very minx-like. It's super, super shiny. One bad thing though is that it doesn't last very long. I find like this would be great for a special event or something, but it won't last a week. Yeah. And once you're done this, you want to apply a top coat. Make sure you do not apply a fast drying top coat or it will affect the finish of the foil. Yeah, so I'm actually going to show you on this finger also another way, probably my favorite way of applying foils, which is not to do the entire nail at one time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the glue to one vertical half of my nail at a time. And then foil half of my nail and then do the other half. I find that it's a lot easier and I'm less likely to get those little missing spots in the middle of the nail. So I'm just going to wait for that to dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so the glue has dried and now basically I'm just going to do the exact same thing, but I'm only going to be applying to half of my nail at a time. And I find that this way, because you're avoiding the curve in the sideways direction, that I just get a smoother application and more complete application. There are less crinkles, it just kind of goes on in a lot more of a solid manner. And always be sure to make sure you have the free edge of your nail and get right into the cuticle area also. Okay, so that is what I have for half of my nail. And now I'm just going to repeat the process. Of course, you guys don't have to do one finger at a time. You could do half of your entire hand and then apply glue to the other half. So it's not like you have to do one nail at a time. Okay, so again, I'm just going to wait for that to dry. Okay, so that has dried. I'm just going to grab the other half of this foil and attach it to the glue there and press it onto my nail. Okay, and I think I didn't quite wait long enough for that glue to dry, so I'll try this again. Yeah, so the glue was still a little tacky there, but if I had waited the proper amount of time, you get a really nice seamless look and with fewer of these little kind of missing spots. Another trick is, if you notice how on the edge it's not perfectly smooth around by my cuticle, another thing you could do is put a similar colored nail color as a base color so that when you do have these little rough edges around there, they're less visible because it'll blend in with the nail polish that's underneath. So the one that I'm using today, just because I have it handy, is Turquoise and Caicos by Essie. It's a really nice mint green. If you have something that's like shiny or shimmery, that'll actually be better because this is a cream. So it probably won't look as perfect as I would like, but it will help. Okay, so just apply your nail polish like you would normally, and then wait for it to dry, and then just repeat the process with the foil glue, and then apply the foil in whichever way that you prefer. Okay, so I finished that application, and you guys can see, I'll have a photo, but you can see how much smoother it is around the edges compared to these two. So the last thing I'm going to do is apply just a clear nail polish. I'm actually just going to use a base coat because most of my top coats are are fast drying, so I'm just going to use this instead just to give it a little bit of a seal and protection from the wear. Also, the key to applying the top coat is make sure you do it in very few strokes. So I like to apply quite a bit and then do as few strokes as possible. I usually try to keep it down to 3, 4 maximum. Okay, and I don't know if you can see, but it is starting to crinkle just a little. But I will have photos for you at the end showing how it looks when the top coat has dried, because it will crinkle. It's just it's a chemical reaction between the foil and the nail polish. But yeah, so that is sort of my basic introduction tutorial on how to apply foils to your nails. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.